I'm asking you, has it ever been frustrated, or you always respect the process? Because I heard like perfection. I heard he had people come back 10 times to get one line.
I heard you guys battle perfection.
Yeah. I think it's about the growth. I think when I started with him, 2015, I was just really excited to be in there with him, man. Like, I couldn't tell you how crazy the energy is to where someone that grows up in Southern California, grows up where I come from, and to actually make it to Dre, that was making it to the top of the top.
That's the top.
And maybe, honestly, that might be a universal thing. Like, even though I come from the West Coast, I know there's dudes from New York that feel that way. It feels anywhere all over the world that
Quincy Jones of
everything.
Jones,
so
arguably the best producer, one of the most legendary groups. You know what I mean?
So to be in the studio, let alone be signed by him, like I'm telling you, I never in my wildest dreams. So when I was just getting in the studio with him, when he was working on Compton, he was inviting me over, man. That was just...
That's the first time you worked together on Compton album, right?
Yeah, it really put a battery in my back. It gave me a gusto that I needed. Because before that, I didn't think I was going to get to meet him. I didn't think I was going to get to work with him. Coming up as a writer in LA, you always got hit up to do detox sessions and work on stuff that, that might or may or not come out. And
may never make it.
It was just always a thing. And so when I almost missed the opportunity to work with him because I, was thinking that, that already came and went, and was such an idiot that I almost that was that close to letting the opportunity go, because I was thinking like, nah, he ain't gonna be at the studio. I'm got my own thing going. I don't need to go and work on this.
Wow.
Yeah, at the time, and my manager was like, "Are you?"
This is when you had the 500 followers.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
1,500.
1,500.
I was spiking up.
Okay, all right, cool.
I could spike it up.
Doubled up that.
But no, I was just like, nah. And then he was like, dude, you go, bro. Like, just go, And then I went, and it was like, wow. Right there, first two people I meet, Dre and DOC.
Because didn't you have a record out, and they didn't play it for him yet?
I did have a record. It was bubbling. It was like, floating around. I had a single out. I don't even know if it was officially out or what, but I think it was out, actually. I had a record out through Stone's Throw through another group called No Worries. Shout out to my brother.
And you had to play it for him. You were nervous as shit.
And I got invited, and he was there. And so I went into the studio I was working with. He was working on a project called Compton, and he was working with these two writers, Mez, who my dog to this day, and JT. Incredible writers. And they were like going crazy. They were playing me the music that they were working on for Dre, and it was incredible. And they were like, yo, we love your song Suede. And that was the song I had bubbling. Oh, wow. And that's the song I had, and it was a single. And he was like, we love this, and we want to play it for Dre. And I was like, Dre ain't heard it yet. I was like, well, let's make some new shit, let's get him excited about something else, in case he don't like it. And they're like, nah, fuck that. We bringing him in here. We brought him in. He was like, what the fuck was that? It's one of those. Anytime you get the 2 thumbs up, you did something crazy right. And he just wouldn't stop playing it. And it was just like, wow. And he just cranked it up, and after like 3 or 4 times playing it, he's like, let's do something new. And we must have made like 3 or 4 records that night, all in a day's work we did that night.
Same night? Did you
yeah.
Him? Oh,
we did a bunch of shit. And then it came back the next day, did more and more, and just like kept working. We kept working on, the first track and building it and trying different ways he wanted to do it. They're playing with the production. And then I just kept coming. Some days I would go, I wouldn't do anything. I just watch, and other writers would come in, other artists would come in and record, and I would just shoot the shit with the producers. And then some days I'd do like 3 or 4 jams, like crazy stuff. And, next thing you know, I wake up and the album's out, and I'm on, Compton's out. It's on iTunes, and I'm on like 5 records. And then it updates, and I'm on 6 records. Then they was calling me 6-pack track. Nothing was ever the same.
Right.
Nah, it was crazy, bro.
How dope does that feel? Because it's also been rumored that Dre would make a whole album with somebody.
You never know if it'll come out.
And you never know.
But that was he actually put it out. And I didn't have an album out really yet. I had my first album out, Venice. and I had the single out, but then boom, Compton came out, and I didn't even have my album out. I was like, shit, I need something to go off with.
I heard him and LL did a whole album, and no one would never.
A bunch of people did stuff with him.
Like what I'm saying, like it's LL. Like
no, didn't Rakim too?
Dr. Dre,
Didn't Rakim?
Rakim, that's right. But Rakim was signed to the label.
Yeah.
So when it actually comes out, are you like, fuck yeah, I made it. Like,
yeah, I'm different. I'm different off rip because I think that was the beauty of it. It's like
you call your ex-girl and be like, hey, bitch.
They was calling me.
Yeah,
They was calling
what
me.
Was that shit? What was that?
I had a lot to deal with that at the time. And I was married. I always had my oldest, you know, was getting older, and I was like, yes, perfect. Like, thank God, like something's happening, you know, like. Man, and I wasn't signed. I was boom.
That's what's crazy
he
about
put it out. Surprise drop. Had the movie. He had the motion.
Right.
And was like, nah, check him out. When he had the motion, I was like, wow. And I couldn't buy a deal before that.
Right.
We was going everywhere.
Wow.
So let me ask you. Did you stick with Aftermath because you felt loyal?
Yeah.
You felt like you deserved like this guy really gave you a shot.
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely. Because he put his cards forward. You know, and I feel like he put himself out there and kind of showed. You know, gave it that cosign when a cosign really meant something. You know, like that's what he did for me and before anybody else. So now I felt like so now. You're gonna go sign to somebody else now after the dude with the motion did that, and it also I wasn't signing, so I got to really figure out that choice for myself, you know, and it was dope because I had another deal with Stone's Throw under a different group.
That's what I was about to ask.
So I could always do No Worry stuff, which is the reason how he found me. So I could always have that has nothing to do with anybody but me and my brother, and in Stone's Throw, and then I could do Anderson .Paak for whoever I wanted to do it with. And I was like, wow, that's the epitome of what I always wanted. Like,
did any other label offer you as a solo?
Nobody had no offers on table until after Dre.
Okay.
So album came out, then I got all these meetings.
You were it at that point, right?
And what was dope is now I had other producers.
He said all these meetings.
All these meetings.
I know exactly what
all these everybody want to circle back.
But that felt good, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm pulling up. I'm ordering shit. Right. You know, before we talk.
Yeah, sushi.
Yeah, make sushi for him and her. Yeah, so it was dope. But now what was really cool is I had all these like because I had a halfway done album, Malibu at the time, was about halfway done, and I started reaching out now to these other producers that I've been wanting to work with, Madlib, Ninth Wonder, High Tech, and started finishing up the rest of the album, you know, DJ Khalil, and it gave it the texture that it needed to finish up the rest of the album, and I got to do that, and I wasn't signed, and then when I came with the album, Dre was like, I want to do a brand new album with you. So I was like, all right, well, I got Malibu. I'll drop that indie, you know? So I got to drop Malibu indie with my partners that I was already working with.
Wow, and they let you do that?
Empire, yeah. And at the time, Art Club and OBE, which was...
When you say Empire, you talking about Ghazi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So they put the first two albums out, Steel Wool, and it was like a bunch of motherfuckers on there, you know? But when you make a movie, it'd be a bunch of motherfuckers that gotta be involved. So it's the same thing with some of these first records. But yeah, we got to do that, you know, and I got to put out Malibu and tour. I toured forever after that. And then we did Tiny Desk, and then it just blew from there. And people were seeing that, oh, he's different, he could play instruments. And so it was cool to be under Dre, with all this people saying, you'll never drop all this stuff. And honestly, I never stopped dropping. I never stopped just doing shit. As soon as I was with Dre, he set the standard by him dropping his project, boom, off rip. He was always working. I had all those records over there. I got to do my own indie record, and then I got to sit down with Dre.
Again.
Let's sign now. Yeah. After everything, I've been on the road. I got my bread, you know, like everything's good. Let's sign and let's do it. And now let's make an album. And I got to sit in there with him and make my next album, Oxnard. And that was some of the funnest.
The name of your hood, and you got Dr. Dre producing it.
And I come on. I brought him to the city. Like, man, it was beautiful.
Right.
It's kind of unheard of for someone to have that, where you were able to put out all this music independently as well.
Right, yo.
Like that-
Most
that
people would have
doesn't
hated. Most
happen
people would have
often.
blocked you from doing that.
Don't tell too many people.
Yeah. That's
worry,
how you
nobody
know.
hears
That's how you
this.
know Dre not a hater. Like that's how you know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Right. Because he could.
my dog.
And the fact that he put out that record without signing you, because he would have been like, "No, we're not putting this
Yeah.
out." Until you sign this paperwork.
Nah, never blocked me, man. Never,
Right.
none of that, man. And it's always working, man. And
Right.
even incorporates me in so much stuff. I'm on GTA because, like, how am I in GTA? I don't even like. Last time I played, it was like the bird's eye view joint.
Right.